room, and there will be a lot of competition for spots, so they all have to work together. The Ravens haven't had two wide receivers with 1,000-plus yards receiving in the same season since 1996. Meanwhile, Kellen Moore is hoping to improve an already effective offense in L.A. The new Chargers offensive coordinator was a guest on the Season with Peter Schrager podcast. He said Justin Herbert's decision-making allows him to really call an aggressive game. Moore is also excited about the size of his receiver group, saying, quote, "We've got so much height on this team, we're going to be throwing in a different jet stream." This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Don't miss July 4th savings now at Lowe's. Save up to an additional $1,000 on select major kitchen appliances. Plus, save up to $3,800 on select 4-piece Samsung kitchen suites. And save on your choice of a DeWalt 20-volt max brushless drill kit or impact driver kit. Just $99 each for a limited time. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 7/5. Appliance savings vary based on purchase amount. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com for details.
You don't plan for a computer virus. You don't plan to lose files. You don't plan to knock your laptop off the counter. And you don't plan for your PC to crash or your screen to freeze. But Staples has a plan. A plan for unlimited virus protection. A plan for help when you need it 24/7. Staples Total Support Plans are your tech plans for the unplanned, starting as low as $199.99. And although you didn't plan for this, right now at Staples you can also get $250 off select computers. N729 in-store only. See associate for details.
12:30 KXO. It is 7:30 in the morning. I thought it was the 4th of July holiday weekend. Apparently, we're taking a break from the holiday today, aren't we, Gene?
Could be.
And the banks are open.
That's what we understand, that the banks are open. Of course, tomorrow is the 4th. That we know they won't be open on the 4th of July, but this gives them a little, they say, I didn't get quite enough, so they can go back today.
Get some more.
Yeah.
That's called greed.
Yeah.
I was under the impression that this was a 4-day weekend.
Yeah. Well,
for some reason,
sure.
And I keep telling everybody that it's a 4-day weekend. I was wrong, apparently.
Well, I certainly, some people, as we know, they'll figure out a way to make it a 4-day holiday.
I was sure everybody had the day off today, and
yeah,
and we were playing to a vacationing crowd, and I don't know.
Yeah, they were all.
I think the county is still closed.
Well,
but I'm not sure.
I'm not. 100%
we don't want.
On
we don't want to say anything that we're not 100% sure of anymore.
No, I know that. Water activity at Heber Beach has been curtailed.
Oh, well, Heber Beach is always open. That's my surfing spot.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. That sand surfing is really, really good.
Yeah, there's a clothing optional section there that I always attend to. Anyway, so Heber Beach is just always open.
Well, when do you tell us when you're, going to make your appearance?
Well, when the excessive heat warning is out, I usually don't do that because that's a scorcher. You get burned in areas you don't want to get burned.
Want to get burned in, that's true.
Or ever, because you don't want to sit down sometime.
Oh, yes.
So anyway, it's supposed to be hot again today and tomorrow.
Yes.
And it's going to be hot throughout the week. It's just not excessively hot.
Right.
According to the Weather Service, whatever excessive is to them.
I excessively believe that.
Yeah, we're going to be in the 110 range. So to me, that is excessive, but apparently I'm a wimp. It just seems really hot to me. Anything over 105 all feels the same.
Yeah, it really does.
So anyway, we've got, how was your weekend so far?
Quiet.
Nice and quiet.
Quiet. Yes, it was.
So we're going to talk about the Calipat thing. That was a major success. They had a good time up there.
That's what you were saying, and I know you've got some information to share with us, so we'll have that tomorrow, this morning.
And the government has decided to give us some money.
Yeah,
you'll have that one.
We'll have that coming up.
You're going to feel like you're reading a book on that one.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got that all coming up, and that's people have been waiting for a lot of that money, so it's important to let everybody know who gets what. Anyway, we've got what do we got? We've got birthdays and stuff coming up. Are you ready for that?
I'm ready.
Okay, we'll do that in just a minute.
From coast coast to coast. This is Goddard's Gold, right here on the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXO.
What's your name? Who's your daddy?
Get the gold, Goddard's Gold, Saturday 9 p.m. to midnight and Sunday morning 8 a.m. to 11 a.m.
And the big shot birthdays today, July 3rd, 2023. Michael Cole, do you remember him?
Michael Cole?
Yeah, the Mod Squad. Remember that TV show?
You know, I remember Mod Squad, but the name...
Well, Michael Cole was one of them. I think that's the only thing he ever did. He's 83 today, still around. Kurtwood Smith, he was the dad, the grumpy guy on the 70s show. Mm-hmm. He's 80 years old today, so he actually is old and grumpy. Johnny Lee, looking for love in all the wrong places. He's 77. Writer Dave Barry, he's a columnist out of Florida. But he was a nationwide columnist. I don't know if he's still writing his column. He was absolutely hilarious. Opinions, but he made them sound very funny. Betty Buckley. I don't think that's any relation to Carol. Betty Buckley is 76 today. Jan Smithers from WKRP in Cincinnati. She was the office lady. She's 74. Bruce Altman of the Blue Bloods. He's 68. Talk show host Montel Williams. I don't even know if he still has a show, but he's 67 today. Country singer Aaron Tippin. I heard that guy has a great voice. He's 65. Tom Cruise, the short one, he's 61. Thomas Gibson of Criminal Minds, Dharma and Greg, he's 61. It's not the same thing. Those are two different shows. Actor Yardley Smith. She was the voice. She is a voice on The Simpsons. She's 59. I think she was the little girl. Somebody's got the phone ringing. TV chef Sandra Lee is 57 today. We have who else do we have? Andrea Barber of Full House is 47. Actress Olivia Moon of the Newsroom, which is 43. And that's it. That's the big shot birthdays. We got the local ones coming up. You ready for the local ones?
I'm ready.
I don't know what happened.
KXO AM 1230 can help you publicize your nonprofit group's upcoming event, and we're happy to do it at no charge. To take advantage of our offer, we ask that you let us know about the event at least 2 weeks ahead of time. Write down the important information. You know, who, what, where, when, and so on. Include a name and phone number of a contact person and mail or deliver the information to KXO, 420 Main Street, El Centro, California, 92243. Our email address is kxoamfm@kxoradio.com. The information you supply may be used as community news, public service announcements on the KXO info line, or on our website. If you're paying for promotion with another advertising medium, we do offer special nonprofit group rates to promote your event. KXO AM 1230 wants to work with you and your community group to make our Imperial Valley a better place. Tell us what's going on and we'll tell everyone else. KXO AM 1230, here to make a difference in the Valley.
Happy birthdays this morning going out to Adriana Camarena, Yvette Aguilar, Linda Fenley Martinez, Martha Henderson, Art Garcia, Josefina Gonzalez, Stacy Gallagher, Teresa Dukes, Yvette Gray, Angelique Hill, Carolina Smothers, Jaden Vasquez, and Kensington Keating. Happy birthday to each and every one.
More than 80 million Americans depend on AM radio for their news, traffic, weather, sports, and a community connection. It's the backbone of the emergency alert system, keeping us safe in dangerous times. It's critical that we keep AM radio in cars, because when cell and internet services are down, this free emergency service could be your only lifeline. Text AM to 52886 and tell Congress we need AM radio in cars. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
And we are now ready to jump into some of that free information. It's the World and California News headlines brought to you by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. Lock, your year-round comfort specialist.
CBS News Brief. Baltimore police are still searching for the shooters who killed 2 people and injured dozens at a holiday block party. Mayor Brandon Scott talked about the violence on CBS Mornings.
What you're seeing across this country, this is not the 1990s. You are seeing people shoot and hurt and kill each other over just basic conflict.
We still don't have a motive for yesterday's shootings. A brutal heat wave continues today, forcing millions to bake across the country. Weather Channel meteorologist Stephanie Abrams.
The heat is firmly locked in place, highs in the 90s and heat indices above 100. On the 4th of July, our temperatures are going to soar in the Northwest, where our highs will be 15 degrees above average.
Actor Kevin Spacey is facing more sexual assault charges. CBS's Vicky Barker's covering that trial in London. The man, an actor whose identity is being protected, said Spacey assaulted him up to 12 times over about 4 years. CBS News Brief. I'm Monica Ricks.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
News: another bus carrying dozens of migrants arrived in Los Angeles over the weekend from Texas, the second in the last 3 weeks. But unlike the last one, officials in Brownsville alerted groups like Churla ahead of time.
Once we confirmed that a bus was on their way, they tried to make sure that we had as much information about the individuals so that by the time that they arrived here, we would be even more prepared.
Churla's Angelica Salas, Texas Governor Greg Abbott, saying after the last migrant arrival that his state's border region had been overrun by migrants. With a heat wave in full swing, safety experts remind employers to protect their workers from heat illness. State Fund safety and health expert Julie Lavazeri says employers have a responsibility.
One of the number one things, have plenty of drinking water. You also want to make sure that you take plenty of breaks with plenty of shade. And you should always have an emergency plan ahead of time.
State Fund says up to 70% of heat illness cases happen in the first few days of working in warm or hot weather. Gas prices in the state averaging $4.84. Jeff Scott, California News.
And the World California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. For repair or replacement, call the experts, Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal.
From coast to coast, this is Goddard's Gold, right here on the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXO.
What's your name? Who's your daddy?
Get the gold, Goddard's Gold, Saturday 9 p.m. to midnight and Sunday morning 8 a.m. to 11 a.m.
And it's time for page one of the local news, a service of El Centro Motors, Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers, with 3 locations to serve you at El Centro Motors in Brawley at the Auto Center, Highway 86 and Julia Drive, and at the Imperial Valley Mall. With your local news this morning, here's Gene Brister.
Well, and good morning, George. You're going to share with us this morning. We'll start out with this story. Since we're on the eve of the 4th of July, there was a fireworks show here in Imperial Valley last night. Tell us more.
There was, and it apparently was a big one. The Calipatria Foundation and the Calipatria Lions Club presented their community celebration at Hatfield Airport in Calipat. There was food, music, fun, all kinds of people showed up, and the fireworks show. Fireworks show had a kind of a glitch. The fireworks show started at 9 p.m., was interrupted by a fire, and then they took care of that. Firefighters on the scene for the fireworks show, so they were there already. They took care of the fire, and then the fireworks show resumed, and apparently a lot of people came away happy. It was a very good event for their first time. They do fireworks all the time, but this is their first major event with the fireworks and the celebration, and apparently it was a success. They seemed happy. Tomorrow, July 4th, the City of El Centro Aquatic Center will present a far-out 4th of July pool party. Food, games, swimming, the lazy river, aqua track, as well as a groovy DJ. Not you. You're not. I was you, wasn't it, before? Anyway, from noon to 4 p.m. Admission is absolutely free, and I will be there in my Speedo. Enjoying.
Mark that down, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, that's it. For KXO Local News, that's me, George Gale.
Well, the Yuma County Sheriff's Office is investigating an early Sunday morning homicide. Deputies responded to a report of shots fired in the 2800 block of West 1st Street at about 12:15 a.m. Sunday. Deputies located an unresponsive female victim with an apparent gunshot wound. Despite life-saving efforts, the woman was pronounced dead at the scene. Preliminary investigation indicated the victim, Christian Galindo, 31, of Yuma, she was a resident when she was struck by a stray bullet. Yuma County Sheriff's Office Criminal Investigation Bureau is handling the investigation. KXO News Time is 7:44.
How about the next time you need service on your car? We come to you. Hi, this is Mike Allison for Real Central Motors and Quick Lane. Our mobile service vans are an extension of our dealership service lane. We will come to you for an oil change, filters, brakes, batteries, tire rotation, and so much more. Hey, while your car is just sitting there at work, we'll take care of your service needs, and it doesn't cost any extra. Schedule your appointment now at elcentralmotors.net. El Central Motors Mobile Service Vans. What a great idea.
In other local news this morning, a brush fire near Laguna Dam is still burning. The West Main fire was reported Thursday morning and quickly burned 900 acres of rugged brush on both the Arizona and California sides of the Colorado River. By Sunday evening, the fire was reported to be 75% contained and had burned over 1,000 acres. Most of the land is managed by the U.S. Bureau of Reclamation. According to fire officials, the fire has had no growth since Friday, and crews are monitoring the spots. Approximately 50 firefighters have been involved with support from bulldozers and 3 helicopters. One firefighter was taken to a local hospital for heat-related injuries. Cause of the fire remains under investigation. And just if you're wondering, a conserve alert is continuing to be in effect. That will be through today, July the 3rd. It's a call to consumers to voluntarily conserve energy when demand of power could outstrip the supply. These alerts generally occur during heat waves when the electrical demand is high. They're predicting temperatures 109 to 117. So that concludes this edition of Local News. Page 2 coming up.
Page 1 of the local news has been a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 3 locations to serve you. Quick Lane services all makes and models, and you will never need an appointment.
What if the music stopped? If the familiar voices were silenced? If there were no breaking news updates? What if your companion and connection to your community came with a monthly fee? Don't worry, we're free local radio with you wherever you go, celebrating 100 years and looking forward to the next 100. We are broadcasters. Text radio to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on your local TV and radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
And page 2 of the local news is served up this hour by K Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. Great Japanese food specializing in sushi rolls. There are 50 different varieties of sushi rolls, one for every state of the union, which is quite appropriate considering the holiday. With page 2 of the local news, here again is Gene.
Well, this is a 4-day weekend, and it will be one to remember. That is mostly because of the weather. And excessive heat watch is in effect for the whole 4 days. The National Weather Service now says temperatures will range from 113 to 117 through Tuesday. The overnight lows will range from 80 to 85. The affected areas will be southeastern California and most of Arizona. The Weather Service says there will be a high risk of heat stress or illness to people and animals. It is recommended you stay hydrated, avoid exposure to the sun from 10 a.m. till 6 p.m. If you have access to air conditioning, use it. Fans alone may not be enough. Wear light, loose fitting clothes. Excessive heat watch is to be expected to continue through Tuesday, July 4th. Temperatures are expected to the lower around 110 degrees.
Where else can they say that, Gene? We're going to cool down to 110.
Not too many places, George. Not too many places. Imperial County Local Health Authority contributes to the PMHHD, Pioneers Memorial Health Care District release. The Local Health Authority contributed $200,000 to assist Pioneers Memorial Hospital District with the first year of the base station program. Pioneers Memorial Hospital became the official healthcare base station after El Centro Regional Medical Center relinquished the responsibility. The Local Health Authority is a nonprofit organization committed to high-quality care systems in Imperial County. They enable improvements in clinical care and healthy equity for all residents. And George mentioned it earlier in the news, transportation infrastructure money. Well, believe us, it's headed to you, to Imperial County. The California Transportation Commission has allocated more than $11 million for Imperial County projects, nearly $8 million to go to improving transportation infrastructure, an additional $3.3 for future projects in the county. We'll be back with a look at the weather.
K Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial is serving the best Japanese cuisine in the Imperial Valley. The menu is full of outstanding entrees. Yes, there's something for everyone at K Sushi, including for the kids. K Sushi offers you 50 different sushi rolls. They're named after our 50 states. And there's fresh sushi and sashimi, plus beer, wine, and sake. And oh, I forgot to mention, they also have teriyaki chicken or beef, rice and noodles. K Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. They're open daily from 11 a.m. till 9 p.m. K Sushi also caters and welcomes big groups anytime. Call 760-355-4440. That's 355-4440 for your takeout.
Here's George Gale with the weather update.
The high temperature yesterday, 114 degrees. The overnight low this morning, 75. National Weather Service says very hot to excessively hot conditions will continue across the region through this week and extend into this weekend. An excessive heat warning remains in effect for the lower desert through Independence Day, as afternoon temperatures are expected to exceed 115 degrees for high temperatures. Afternoon breeziness will be common across the region through the middle of this week. Weather forecast calling for an excessive heat warning in effect through Tuesday, through Independence Day. Sunny and hot today. Highs right near 116. Southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear skies tonight. Overnight lows around 84. The west wind 10 to 15 miles per hour, becoming south after midnight. Winds could gust as high as 25 miles per hour. Independence Day Tuesday, sunny and hot. Highs right near 114. South wind 10 to 15 miles per hour, becoming west-southwest 20 to 25 miles per hour. Winds could gust as high as 35 miles per hour on Independence Day. And right now we're looking at 80 degrees, 62% the relative humidity. Air Pollution Control District says air quality is good in Brawley and in Westmoreland. Air quality is moderate in the rest of the region. Local news, page 2, and the weather served up this hour by K Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. Check out the daily lunch specials. Dinner menu features 16 different entrees. K Sushi Bar and Grill, just off Highway 86 in Imperial.
For over a century, local broadcasting has evolved with the needs of the community. We move past the stigmas of opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
And it is time for sports. Sports World Roundup is brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best care. Major League Baseball scoreboard. It was the Reds. They went ahead and finished off the Padres 4-3. Padres taking on the Angels now today. Angels, they defeated the Diamondbacks 5-2. Orioles over the Twins 2-1. It was the Braves over the Marlins 6-3. Nationals got by the Phillies 5-4. Brewers defeated the Pirates 6-3. Red Sox got by the Blue Jays 5-4. It was the Royals over the Dodgers 9-1. Yankees lost. The Cardinals beat them 5-1. Astros over the Rangers 5-3. Tigers beat the Rockies 14-9. White Sox defeated the Athletics 8-7. Mariners got by the Rays 7-6. Guardians and Cubs went 10 innings. Guardians won the game 8-6, and the Mets beat the Giants 8-4. All-star teams. So they were announced yesterday. Dodgers' Clayton Kershaw picked for the 10th All-Star game in a row, his 10th in his career. Quite a feat. The All-Star game will be played in about a week in Seattle. And we'll be ready for it. Anyway, we'll have more in just a minute.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all of your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations at Calexico and Raleigh, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all Pioneer services, visit www.pmhd.org today.
And Wimbledon got underway this morning under a strengthened security and will use undercover behavioral detection officers throughout the tournament in an attempt to prevent environmental protests at the championships. Apparently, there has been a threat. Nick Kyrgios, he is not going to be there. He's going to stay in Australia. He has a wrist injury. He has withdrawn from Wimbledon. That's it. That's a quick look at your sports. Sports World Roundup brought to you this morning by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District.
Thank you for choosing Imperial Printers Rocket Copy. In today's highly competitive business climate, your company's image is important. The printed materials your company uses conveys a major part of that image. Our graphic designers have the talent and expertise to create a lasting impression for your business. Imperial Printers Rocket Copy offers virtually any type of business solution to meet your needs, from business cards and stationery to computer forms, full-color brochures, and posters. Let our excellent service and attention to detail provide the best impression for you. Locally owned and operated, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy has locations near you at 430 West Main Street and 100 South 11th Street in El Centro and 184 South Plaza in Brawley.
And it is now time for the financial news and weather, brought to you by Southwest Security, locally owned company protecting you and your property. Southwest Security also offers live scan fingerprinting to the public. S&P 500 was near flat this morning as investors looked to the start of the second half of what's already been a stellar year on Wall Street. The broader market index fell just 0.1%. Dow Jones Industrial Average dipped 99 points, or 0.3%. NASDAQ Composite climbed 0.1%. U.S. stock market closes this afternoon early. Ahead of the 4th of July holiday, U.S. markets will be closed altogether everywhere on Tuesday. We're going to take a look at your weather in just a minute.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
The high temperature yesterday, 114 degrees. The overnight low this morning, 75. National Weather Service says very hot to excessively hot conditions will continue across the region through this week and extend into this weekend. An excessive heat warning remains in effect for the lower deserts through Independence Day, as afternoon temperatures are expected to exceed 115 degrees for high temperatures. Afternoon breeziness will be common across the region through the middle of this week. Weather forecast calling for an excessive heat warning in effect through Tuesday, through Independence Day. Sunny and hot today. Highs right near 116. Southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear skies tonight. Overnight lows around 84. The west wind 10 to 15 miles per hour, becoming south after midnight. Winds could gust as high as 25 miles per hour. Independence Day Tuesday, sunny and hot. Highs right near 114. South wind 10 to 15 miles per hour, becoming west-southwest 20 to 25 miles per hour. Winds could gust as high as 35 miles per hour on Independence Day. And your financial news and weather has been brought to you by Southwest Security Services. They offer 24-hour-a-day post office boxes at Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
Reducing energy use during the summer is more important than ever. This summer, IID encourages you to do your part by setting your thermostat to 78 degrees or higher, avoiding the use of large appliances between 4 and 9 p.m., and turning off all unnecessary lighting. But there's more. IID provides a number of summer energy-saving opportunities to help you make the most of your energy savings efforts. Check out our tips and energy-saving guides at IID.com. Let's work together to stay cool and save energy this summer.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro, the Imperial Valley's local news source.
This is CBS. Presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Severe storms and heat are getting in the way of 4th of July festivities. Jose Nunez lives in Santa Clarita, California.
Oh, my God, it's horrible. We are bringing our doggy over here because, it's really hot.
Temperatures got up to around 115 in Phoenix yesterday. Fire officials are urging people there to put off high-altitude hikes. Captain Sean Dubois.
We applaud anyone that wants to stay in shape and be physically active. Maybe there's other ways you can do it. Maybe you can go to your local gym.
The UK's just recorded its hottest June on record, with temperatures surging past 104 for the first time. Police in Baltimore are looking for at least 2 suspects after a mass shooting at a block party over the weekend. At least 2 people were killed, 28 injured. Correspondent Scott McFarlane is in Baltimore.
What is most striking about this case, so many people who were shot, who were wounded, were kids as young as 13 years old. In at least 4 of the cases, the victims were taken to a pediatric emergency room.
An 18-year-old woman and a 20-year-old man were killed. There have been more than 50 shootings in Baltimore in the last month. Police in Green Pond, South Carolina say the lone survivor of a house fire that killed 6 people has been charged with attempted murder. 33-year-old Ryan Leonard Manigo, who was critically injured, is being held at the Colleton Detention Center. Officials say more charges are possible pending autopsy results. Lots of people are traveling post-pandemic, but the wait for passports is still maddening. Amy Byrne, who lives near Chicago, booked a family trip to the Cayman Islands with her father, who was diagnosed with a rare form of dementia.
I've been calling. I get hung up on. They tell you they're not accepting phone calls at this time. It's sad that we're doing everything right and there's nothing to be done.
Secretary of State Blinken says the State Department is hiring his agents as quickly as it can. An American movie star has been hearing from a man in the UK who claims he sexually assaulted him repeatedly. Kevin Spacey remained silent as he walked into the courthouse, and he sat silent and expressionless as he watched a police tape of one of his accusers. The man, an actor whose identity is being protected, said Spacey assaulted him up to 12 times over about 4 years. Once, while he was driving the two-time Oscar winner to a party at Elton John's house, he claimed Spacey grabbed him so hard he had to pull over from the pain. Spacey has denied all the accusations brought by all 4 of his accusers. Vicky Barker, CBS News, London. The Dow is down 29 points right now. S&P off 1. This is CBS News.
Need to hire quality candidates fast? You need Indeed, the end-to-end hiring solution. Attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Moments like seeing my son's team cheer him on mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Feeling limited all of a sudden on Twitter?
Elon Musk put limits on tweets this weekend, which means Twitter users can only view 1,000 posts a day now if they're unverified. There was some confusion about those numbers because Musk's initial plan was to limit tweets to 600. Then it was 800, and he finally settled on 1,000. Verified blue check users get 10,000 views a day. Any more, and you get locked out. Musk says the restrictions will prevent unauthorized scraping of valuable data from the platform, but it's just the latest in a series of controversial changes he's made since buying Twitter last year. Monica Ricks, CBS News.
Won't be released for weeks, but Vietnam's already banned the new Barbie movie.
Did you bring your rollerblades?
I literally go nowhere without them.
The issue, it includes a controversial marking in a map of the South China Sea. The U-shaped 9-dash line represents areas China's claimed as its territory. That includes an area Vietnam considers its own continental shelf. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
This episode of IR Travel is
more of the best oldies on the radio.
I put my pants on, just like the rest of you, one leg at a time.
With George Gale.
Except, once my pants are on, I make gold records.
AM 1230.
I could have used a little more cowbell.
KXO.
1230. KXO.